What is your biggest fear when you step into the ocean? For so many of us, it's that terrifying glimpse of a dorsal fin slicing through the water. Sharks. They dominate our deepest fears about the sea. Today, we are going to dive into the reality of shark encounters and learn practical, science-backed ways to minimize risk, handle an encounter, and, if absolutely necessary, survive an attack. First, let's take a breath and a reality check. Fear is natural, but the odds are overwhelmingly in your favor. You are significantly more likely to be struck by lightning, fatally stung by a bee, or injured by a vending machine than you are to be bitten by a shark. Sharks are not man-eaters looking for humans. The core message here is that most bites are cases of mistaken identity or investigative the test bites. They're trying to figure out what you are, and that is what we need to minimize. The best way to prevent an attack is to manage the where and when of your swim time. This is the prevention phase, and it's the most important part. The golden rule of ocean safety is simple: never swim alone. Sharks are significantly more likely to approach solitary individuals than they are groups. Strength and safety comes in numbers. Next, watch the clock. Avoid feeding times. Dawn, dusk, and nighttime are prime hunting hours for many shark species. Low light makes it incredibly hard for a shark to distinguish a human form from their natural prey, like seals or large fish. And always watch the water quality. Avoid murky or dirty water, especially after heavy rain or storms. Poor visibility is a huge risk factor. If a shark can't see clearly, it increases the chance of it bumping or biting a human just to identify what it is. You also need to identify potential shark buffets. Stay far away from commercial or recreational fishing activity, piers where bait is discarded, or areas with obvious signs of life. If you see seals, sea lions, or large schools of jumping baitfish, this is a clear indication that predators are likely nearby. Look for diving seabirds too. They are a primary indicator that fish are being pushed to the surface by predators feeding below. The rule is, if the water is thriving with food, stay out. Now let's talk about how you appear in the water, because it matters more than you think. This is about preventing yourself from looking like a target. First, the bling factor. Avoid wearing shiny jewelry. To a shark, the glint of metal underwater perfectly mimics the flash of fish scales, which are a major food source. Leave the rings and bracelets on the beach. Next is contrast and color. Sharks see contrast particularly well. Highly contrasting swimwear, especially bright colors combined with light skin, or even uneven tan lines, can attract unwanted curiosity. While there's no single safe color, minimizing sharp contrasts can help. And finally, manage the splash zone. Avoid erratic, excessive splashing. This mimics the vibrations and sounds of injured or struggling prey, essentially ringing a dinner bell for curious sharks. Swim smoothly and calmly. If you're playing in the shallows, try to keep your movements consistent. What if you do see a shark? The first and most critical rule is, don't panic. How you react can determine the entire outcome. If you spot a shark, maintain eye contact. Sharks are ambush predators. If you keep your eyes on them and rotate your body to face them, you demonstrate that you are not prey. You are aware and you are ready. Do not turn your back and swim away quickly. This triggers a predatory chase response. You will not outswim a shark. Instead, initiate a slow retreat. Move slowly and calmly toward the shore or a boat, keeping the shark in your sight at all times. If the shark starts to approach you, shift into a defensive positioning. Try to stay vertical in the water. This reduces your horizontal profile and makes you look less like a seal or a large fish cruising along the surface. Make yourself appear as large and as awkward to bite as possible. This is the scenario everyone dreads, but you must be prepared for it. If a shark actually strikes, you must be proactive. First, fight back. Do not be passive. You must show the shark that you are not easy prey. Use any object you have available, a surfboard, a camera, fins, or even your hands and fists, as a weapon. Where should you aim? Target sensitive areas. Aim for the nose, the eyes, or the gill openings. These are a shark's most vulnerable and sensitive spots. Studies have shown that a strong hit to these areas is often enough to deter the shark and cause it to release. The moment the shark releases, your goal is simple. Exit the water immediately. Most sharks will not return for a second strike once they realize you are not their natural food, and you've fought back aggressively. But you need to get out as quickly and calmly as possible and seek medical attention right away, even if the injury seems minor. To wrap this up, remember that the ocean is the shark's home, not ours. They operate on instinct. By using common sense, swimming in groups, avoiding low-light hours, staying away from bait fish, and minimizing visual attractants, you can drastically reduce your risk while still enjoying the water. Your final actionable step every time you go to the beach is to always check with local lifeguards and heed the beach flags. A purple or blue flag often indicates that dangerous marine life has been spotted. Heeding those warnings is the easiest defense. The goal here isn't to be afraid of the ocean, but to be aware of it. Stay safe out there, be smart, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more essential safety tips.